What's going on? Welcome back to another video. Now, I just recorded this whole video and then my camera stopped recording because, I don't know, I think I need a new SD card, so that's a lot of fun. Now, before we get into this video, next week I'm going to be doing a Q&A, so if you want to go ahead and ask questions, go ahead down into the comment section, ask yourself some questions and I'll answer them. Anyway, so in the past I've made multiple videos on how you can actually grow on YouTube, and today I'm going to sit down and actually show you how to make the videos, and then from there on you can actually go on YouTube, because it's kind of important to make the videos before you grow. Now, I'm going to quit rambling, I'm just going to get straight into this video. So we're going to start off with how to actually record your videos. And when you first start out on YouTube, a phone like this is fine to use. Like the camera on this, it can record in 4K, which is actually better than my current camera on, like my current camera. Then just record on there, done, and you can start editing. When I first started YouTube, I used to record on my iPhone 5C with the front camera, which was awful, but you know what, it did the job. But now, let's say you've made a bit of progress on YouTube, you've got about 1,000 subscribers, you might want to invest in a camera. So the camera I use is like a very low-end camera. It's a 600D. You can get a 60D, but they're a lot of money. I haven't got that money right now. And then I've also bought a mic for my camera to like talk into, because the audio on a camera is awful, and if the audio is awful in a video, then no one's actually going to watch it, are they? So you might want to buy a little camera mic. I've got it here on top of my mic. But yeah, there you go. That's basically how you record a video. So let's say you've recorded your video now you want to go ahead and edit it. So we're going to get straight into the editing, because this is where it gets more intense. The recording bit's easy, it's the editing bit that's hard. So here we are on my computer screen. We've got Premiere Pro open. This is what I use to edit all my videos, and what a lot of YouTubers use to edit, and people who make movies edit in this. So it's a very good program. If you want to go ahead, get the trial and try it out, then you can go ahead do so. Some other good programs are Final Cut Pro and Camtasia Studio. If you do use Sony Vegas, then I don't like you anymore. But anyway, instead of going through and editing a whole new video, I'm just going to show you my last couple of videos. So we're going to start off with this BuzzFeed video here. So I'm going to show you the basics on how I actually created this video together. This is what the edit looks like and what the timeline looks like, so I'll quickly explain the timeline to you. So V3 stands for video 3, V2 stands for video 2, V1 stands for video 1, A1 stands for audio 1, A2 stands for audio 2, and A3 stands for audio 3. You can add new tracks to this whenever you want, but basically how this works is whatever on V1, so video 1, that is like the bottom layer. Whatever goes on V2 will go over the top of that. So for example, my face cam in this goes over the top of it, but if I was to put V1 onto V3, which is actually above V2, you'll no longer be able to see my face cam. So you have to like layer it how you think you'd layer it. Whatever's on the top will be on the top in the actual video. Whatever's on the bottom will be on the bottom of the actual video. Now the basic tools that you're gonna want to use is this one here. That's the selection tool, which is like basically how you select things and delete things. The cut tool, which is this tool here, or a fast shortcut to get that is just by pressing C on your keyboard, and that lets you cut up things. And then when you want to delete a clip, you press V, or you click that tool there. You can select it and delete it. There you go. Bingo. That's basically how you edit. I can't really explain how to edit. You kind of just need to go ahead, try it out for yourself and have a little mess around with it. But I'll try and describe the layout to you now. Basically up here, I have my audio mixer, my effects controls, my source clips, and my metadata. Down here, I have all my project files and everything. Over here, I have my effects tab, and there you go. Now when I go into color corrector video, I use color up there, which is a whole nother ball game, and we might be there all year, as you can tell. Looks a bit complicated, but we're not going to go into that right now. You just want to focus on editing when you first get it. So go ahead, go on YouTube and probably watch people who do this for a living and show people how to edit for a living, because I'm not very good at explaining things, as you can probably tell. So this is what a finished edit looks like for me. So now that I've finished editing, what I want to do is press Control A or Command A on my keyboard, go File, down to Export, Media, output name, you can colour whatever you want, and then you kind of just want to make sure you use maximum render quality, and I won't bother with previews. You're most likely not going to sit here and watch it, so there's no point. But yeah, just have a mess around in it, and then you have to press export, and that file that you get at the end is what you can upload to YouTube. I'm not very good at explaining things, as you can probably tell. I'm kind of just like, this is the programs that I use. Good luck. Alright, so this is where Photoshop comes into hand. If you can't afford Photoshop, then Paint.net works. Very similar, and yeah. And there's also this online website which I'll show you right now, which is very, very good, and it's like Photoshop. It's like an online version of Photoshop. All you want to do is search Pixlr into your search engine, and it's the first one that pops up. Joe Sugg actually uses this, and he doesn't use Photoshop, so if you want to go ahead and use that, you can go ahead and do so, but I don't really know how to use it. so I'm not going to use it. I'm going to stick to what I know. So we're in Photoshop. I use CC, the latest one, whatever the latest one is, that's the one that I use. Then what I do is I press create new here, go to custom 1280 by 720. I make sure it's on pixels, the orientation is on landscape, resolution don't really matter. Background white, black or background color. I'm going to go for background color as it's the easiest. I'm going to press create new. Then what I do is I double click this here, because as you can see, there's a little lock. So you double click that, you press OK, and that gets rid of the lock. That now means you can modify this so I can move it around. Before, I couldn't. I'll just show you before. I can't move that around. But when I've double clicked it and press OK, now I can move that around. Now once again, Photoshop is a sort of program that you need to have a mess around with yourself. But I'll show you the basic tools right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a picture up of my dog if it ever wants to load. But we're going to get a picture of my dog, and I'm just going to show you the basic tools on how you can make a thumbnail. So let's say my dog's just created a YouTube channel. This is the first video. So you want to add some text by clicking this little T here, clicking on the screen, and then just go in. Okay, right, I forgot a step. Before you do that, you want to double click that, press OK, and then drag it into your untitled. Press Ctrl T or Command T, hold down Shift and then shrink it until it fits the screen perfectly like that. Bingo. Done. Right, we've done that now. I remembered to do that. Then what you want to do is press the text tool and put in the text my first video or title, whatever the title of your video is. There we go, we got my first video, but that text looks awful, doesn't it? So what you want to go ahead and do, double click it down here and this will pop up. Looks scary, doesn't it? It's not. Now what I use is I use a colour overlay and then I get the colour that I want. I normally use an off red. There we go, bingo, got my little red. Then I press drop shadow. This adds a shadow to it. I take the spread all the way down to about 8 and take the size all the way down so I get this like nice little feathered black background. Then what I do is I press stroke. We go outside stroke, white, bring the size all the way down, and there we go. We got my text that I use in all my videos. The actual text that I use is called Future Heavy, so if you want to go ahead and use that text, you can. So there we go. Text is done. Now we want to get rid of Benji's eye here. That's my dog's name, by the way. So we want to like take out Benji's eye. You can use this. So if you want to put text behind you, so on and so forth. But we're just going to move Benji's eye here. What we're going to do is we're going to zoom in to where it's really pixely, and we're going to click this tool here and just highlight around his eye. There we go, we've got his eye. Then I'll press Ctrl C. Oh, I go on to layer 2, press Ctrl C, make a new layer by clicking this button here, press Ctrl V. Oh, and now as you can see, his eye is now separated from the thing, so we can like extend it and stuff. It's exciting really, isn't it? But yeah, if you want to have a mess around in Photoshop, I recommend doing that. I can't really explain it. You kind of need to have a mess around yourself. Alright, so my camera just stopped recording again. That's basically it, and that's basically how I make all my videos. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to smash like and that subscribe button. I'm doing a giveaway at the minute, so if you want to go ahead and enter, top line description, and I will see you guys in my next video next week. I hope this video has actually been quite helpful. I know it's not a normal video, but normal videos will return next week. So yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.